Well, there is certainly a lot of stuff to talk about. I woke up at 4:30 in the fucking morning just to watch this game. Yes, I understand it's against Man City and I know it's going to be a very very tough game. I know they're going to lose, but hey, I'm expecting some performance. Some short on target as well. But the whole game, we are just getting one shot. That's it. You know what? The first 5 minutes, I thought it was probably it's a pretty bright. It's a pretty bright start. We've been pressing well. We have a chance where Taney crosses in the middle to Saka, but then couldn't control the ball, and that was the first and only chance that we have throughout the whole game. And then what happened next is when Gundogan scored, everything just collapsed. You know what? Before I keep going, going for a rant, in this video, there is so much wrong in today's game. Lineup is completely wrong. I have no clue why Arteta thinks it's a good idea to switch formation in today's game. I don't know what he's trying to do. We play five at the back, guys. We play five at the back. Cedric on the right, Chambers holding Kolasinac in the middle, and then Taney on the left. And that part just frustrated me a lot. Okay, Kolasinac did a pretty decent job against West Brom in the last game. That doesn't mean he could have a start against Man City. In today's game, I wouldn't necessarily think that he did like a really, really horrible job. But in a very normal circumstances, you wouldn't start him. You would probably start Pablo Mari ahead of him. Yes, I did criticize Pablo Mari a few times in the first two Premier League games. But today, it's like no exception of why we should have Kolasinac in the lineup. I'm playing three at the back, which means you're leaving one midfielder out, which leaves our midfield very vulnerable to Man City. And we have Emil Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Xhaka, Saka playing in the middle for Aubameyang up front by himself. And this is the problem that I want to talk about. It's when, Albert Sambi Lokonga has been one of the brightest Arsenal players so far in this season. 2 games on, I felt like today he should be starting. And we shouldn't be playing 5 at the back and being experimental. I don't know what Arteta is trying to do, playing more of a counter-attack, football. Because I know Arteta play 3 or 5 at the back in the FA Cup, which eventually we beat Man City 2-1 or 2-0 in that game. But still, we do not have that quality of a play, and of course we are definitely losing a lot of players in the middle. Yeah, you can arguably say Partey's not there, Ben White's not there, Gabriel is not there as well. But then, hey, there is no way you would choose to exercise the game or choose to exercise a squad like that. And then every individual goal just kind of frustrated me a lot. First of all, I believe every player has his own fault in today's game. But at the same time, you have to blame Arteta because most of the time, the squad, the starting 11 has no fucking clue of what to do. First goal, Gundogan scored a header, and literally, it's their first chance in the game. And Gundogan beat a header against fucking Chambers. You put a 6'3" center back at the back against Gundogan, who's like 5'9", arguably 5'9" and 5'10", and somehow Chambers misjudged the jump and couldn't even mark him. And yes, Leno should have done better with that save there because it was literally right next to his arm or next to his hand. He got touched to it, but I think from that distance it's too close to make a save. And second goal, oh my god, cross is coming in, and Chambers gone down, yes, it could be a foul. I will say it's a 50-50. I'm not really totally against it, or I'm not totally for it. But still, Chambers, back in the days, when players, got touched in the face just a little bit, you would still carry on and try to do your job until the ball goes out of play. But then you fell down, and that's the thing. You fell down, and then which kind of interrupted the play a little bit, or you somehow Chambers, if he stood stronger, he would have done what we're gonna do, or in that play, it probably would have cleared the ball whatsoever. At least a little bit of possibility in terms of kick the ball out or something like that. But Cedric, oh my god, that freaking clearance. I think Ian Wright, talked about it. He is a very experienced, he's 29, 30-year-old, very experienced right back. I wouldn't necessarily say like he's a very, very good player, but a decent fringe player. And somehow he misses that clearance. Boom. After that, it just, rolls all the way back to Torres and just scores it like that. 2-0. All right, okay. The chances of winning this game is getting very, very slim. Until Xhaka decided to two-footed tackle Torres, and he got sent off. It's already tough enough to play this game already. Plus, we are losing 2-0, maybe 10 minutes before first half. And Xhaka decided to do very, very stupid challenge. You know what? I really do admire this guy. I really do hope that, I would be disappointed that he left for Roma, but thank God he stayed because I think the game or the tournament in Euros, I felt like he did a very good job, overall, and I thought, what, Arsenal should keep him based on what he did, or we could probably sell him, but then at least 20 million. But he stayed. He signed a new contract recently, a long-term contract, which I think it's like a 4 or 5 year deal or something like that. But today's game, again, it shows how cowardly he could be sometimes. He literally lost his head in the game. And you know what? At that point, none of the Arsenal players cares anymore. It's like they're hitting rock bottom. And me as a fan, I have to wake up that early in the morning to watch them getting beat. 3-0 first half. Only one man down, and then quickly in the second half we lost 4-0, and I just totally, lost the patience, and I just didn't watch it anymore because I just can't. I just went back to bed, woke up a few hours later, and realized they lost 5-0, which is completely horrible. And of course, I don't want to talk about like the rest of the game because I personally didn't watch it. How frustrated we are as a fan is when our fans celebrated Rodri's goal, the fourth goal, and this club is a joke. And my take on is Arteta should be out. I have to say it. Arteta should be out. We gave him almost 2 seasons now, 2 or I think 3 transfer window in total, but he still couldn't do a job. It's frustrating to watch. It's back then when we lost to Man City 6-3 at the Etihad Stadium. At least we score. At least we are fun to watch, even though we're losing. But today's game is completely different because we just have no fucking clue. And what pisses me off is in the press conference or the interview, post-game interview, Arteta said, thanks for 3,000 fans for supporting us. And I was like, dude, watch what happened to the fourth goal, because they are clearly not supporting you at that point. And of course, I try to stay away from Instagram or Twitter so I could to make my weekend a little bit, a little bit better, But unfortunately, that's not the case because we've been, of course, definitely getting picked on. We are dead, like rock bottom, like literally rock bottom. In terms of the Premier League table, we are hitting like 20th. Relegation. You know what? If any of you guys are watching this, if you know any good stream for championship football, leave the link down below in the comment section so I could check it out, because definitely based on what I'm seeing, it's really tough to kind of to kind of like climb back from from dead bottom. But we conceded 9 goals. We didn't score a single fucking goal, which is really, really atrocious. Honestly, I really thought, come on, just put up a good performance. We're not going to win this game for sure, but at least put up some sort of performance. And not even that, guys. Not even a shot on target. It's too much to ask for Arsenal Football Club. And yeah, there's so much going on with this team. I'm just speechless now. And going into okay, of course, right now my reaction is still pretty raw, even though I'm recording this 12 hours after the kickoff. But it's still in me, like that that madness, that furiousness of me still there. And yeah, I just don't know what to say anymore. Arteta has to be gone by now. I have no clue, because we are going to international break, so it's gonna be like 2 weeks until we watch Arsenal again. But this is the thing that we do talk about. It's 3 days in the transfer window. It's very unlikely that we're gonna sign anybody at this point. Houssem Aouar, apparently, I don't think he's gonna join Arsenal after seeing like what the fuck is happening to us. And a lot of exits have to be happened before to free up some transfer funds for the end of the window, or in the January transfer window. I heard Willian that's trying to do the right thing by tearing up his contract, which saved Arsenal potentially 20 million. And Ketia might be on his way to Crystal Palace for 12 million. Maitland-Niles maybe go out on the loan to Everton. Who else are leaving? I think, Bellerin is gonna leave. Kolasinac, oh god, okay. So he doesn't want to play for Arsenal. He already stated that he no longer wanted to be in the club, but somehow he's still in the starting lineup, and barely doing a job at the back. Is yeah, just a lot of debt with players. The main problem is with the transfer window. Okay, you know what? Let's put this game behind and let's talk about the transfer window that we have. We spent $129 million on players. Apparently, we are the biggest spent club in the Premier League. And what we're signing players like Tavares, good French player, Elber Sambi Lakonga, probably the brightest signing so far. And then with Ben for $50 million, just like completely out of this world. How would you sign an English player who had one good season at Brighton, cost $50 million for Arsenal? Is it because he's English or something like that? I have no clue. I know he's homegrown. I know he's English. Probably is gonna boost up that status of Arsenal Football Club in terms of registering player. And then we have Aaron Ramsdale. Again, same thing, $24 million for a backup goalkeeper. No fucking clue what's going on. Clearly, we can get Andre Onana on a $6 million, probably a free transfer next season. But Arsenal they don't even fucking care about that. We went back for Odegaard, which is, I think it's, fair play to say that we gone back for Odegaard. Well, we could have James Maddison, but apparently that pursuit, it's no longer the case. And this is the problem that we are facing here. £129 million spent on players, which does not necessarily make an immediate impact to the squad right now. Problem is we couldn't score. We couldn't find a striker. At one point, we were linking with Tammy Abraham, and He's gone to Roma now, and then we are still stuck with Aubameyang, like I said, and potentially also Balogun as well. I believe all three of them are not good enough to be our starting. No, that's the only players that we have as strikers. We don't have like a top striker at this point. Aubameyang, it's like he's not that anymore. Like I said, same thing. It's not that they're not like very good, but they're not like really bad. They're just like decent. And as Arsenal Football Club, that's the drop of our standards. And then in terms of getting rid of players, we just really hard to make any freaking profits on any players. Ursu left on a free, canceled his contract. Mustafi canceled his contract. Socrates canceled his contract. Very likely, Willian's taking the pay cut to leave, which good gesture by him. Kolasinac is also leaving as well, canceling contract. We just couldn't make any freaking money on players that we have right now. The only place that we actually did make a single penny is Joe Willock, $20 million to Newcastle. I know arguably a lot of people not quite happy with that business because honestly, I still think that we should give Willock a chance. He has a pretty good season last year with Newcastle in the second half. I think scoring 6 or 7 games in a row, breaking like the youngest player in the Premier League to score like in consecutive matches, and we just let him go like that. And in terms of the squad, I have no freaking clue what Arteta's gonna do with the squad right now. It's like clearly I don't see any progress in the football. We just keep declining at this point. Like 3 games in a row, we lost 3 games in a row in the Premier League. Brentford should have probably won that game. Arguably, you can say yes, we are losing a lot of players because of illness and blah blah blah. But we are not putting good display. Chelsea, I'm expecting to lose, but again, we just look horrible, isn't it? And today, Man City's fucking speechless. We have Norwich next in September. We're Norwich next. Tottenham, Brighton, I think one other team as well, and we have AFC Wimbledon and the Carabao Cup. I expect that game to win. I don't want to jinx it that much. Then you know what? Knock on wood. So hopefully they're gonna win that game. But otherwise, it's not like right now. What I'm seeing, Arsenal is a very very weak team. It's not like looking at a lineup. It's like when you look at a lineup, looking at the opponent in general, we look at it. It's like I don't have that good feeling of winning a Premier League game anymore, because at some point before the kickoff we think like, oh shit, okay, here we go again, we're gonna lose this game, huh? And this is the feeling that we're getting. Like even though Norwich game, it's like in 2 weeks, and I don't even feel comfortable going to that game thinking about, okay, we definitely win. We're at home. And based on the form that we have, it's just horrible. And we don't even have leadership in the squad anymore. Like when you look at it, Xhaka just keep declining. Like today, I don't know what he was doing. Aubameyang just very very quiet as a captain. We don't have that captain material anymore. I don't care like how Arsenal is trying to glorify the glory days back then. I was like, okay, those are memories. That happened. That was great. It happens in the past. But right now, you guys have to really, really do focus on the present right now. And yeah, it's just pain. It's just painful right now as an Arsenal fan, and I really don't know what I'm going to do anymore with this. But hopefully, I wasn't thinking about recording today's video, but I have to, because I have to be committed to Arsenal. I'm still an Arsenal fan day in and day out, but it's getting insanely hard to watch every time. I get excited, of course, every time. I don't care, where in the table they are. I'm still an Arsenal fan in the end, but it's just really, really hard to watch them play, especially at this moment. And yeah, for next 2 weeks, international break. I don't know what status that I don't know the security. I don't know how to say this, but I don't know what happened to what's gonna happen with Arteta's job status, and Of course, I think 2 or 3 more days until the end of the transfer window. Let's see what Arsenal gonna do, and let's see what's gonna happen in the next 2 weeks. Because I doubt we're gonna do anything smart. So that will be all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. If you're an Arsenal fan, thank you for, or drop a comment section down below. To let me know what you guys think about the whole game. And if you're not an Arsenal fan and you're laughing at me right now, good for you. I'm just some sort of a comedy to you guys. Well, you know what? Just watch Arsenal. They have the audacity to post the key moments, the key moments of Man City game, on Instagram. I don't know how you guys can do it. I don't know how the admin can do it. Or was he getting forced to do it? No clue. But that will be all. Like this video if you like this. Subscribe to my channel. I do like an Arsenal post game thoughts a lot of times. But that will be all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit.